Hi Internet, it's the Frugal Elite Consultant. I guess we're done with this strategic review of our client and we'll probably transform them into a market-leading powerhouse. But right now we need to polish our shoes. So let's put aside this for a second. We talked in our first video about what you're going to need, like what sort of creams and polishes you could use, what the difference is. In the second video, we talked about how to take stuff off, like using horsehair brushes. In our third video, we actually polished a shoe, which is right up here drying from what I did a couple of minutes ago when I made the video. And now we're actually going to take the polish off and finish the process of polishing the shoe. Once again, you always want to protect the surface you're on with, shoe polish will stain. Probably on wood it wouldn't hurt anything, but you want to scratch anything. So like I said, I use a trash bag, you use an old towel, cotton cloth, whatever. I've left this shoe out in the summer sun here for 5-10 minutes. You can actually put it in, some people say you can put them in your oven, bake your shoes to like 120, like on low. Don't turn up at 500, you're gonna have a very interesting experience. But you can put them in on really low, like 150 degrees, and they say it'll make a beautiful shine on them. I've never done it. Or you just leave them on your radiator or just wait overnight. It's easier to get the polish off when it's drier. It'll become more powdered. As I said, we take a horsehair brush before, and we take a cotton rag. First thing we do is lay it down, and we just go ahead and clean the cotton brush. It's very easy to do, as you can see. I've had these brushes for over 10 years, and I haven't noticed any degradation because I clean them every time, just like this. That's it. Now, all we have to do then is light. You don't have to do this real hard. Just take smooth, even strokes here, back and forth across the shoe, back and forth in any direction. Because it's a brush, it will get into all the nooks and crannies and it will pull off that outer layer of polish. Don't be afraid in the middle of your polishing process. Like I gunked a lot on the toe here because it was a little damaged. So I'm having a little bit more in the brush than I normally would. You can see it's already starting to look really nice. But just go back and forth, and the brush is great because it gets in the nook and cranny, like along the sole and the stitching here on the broguing, which is the little leather pattern with the holes. We go around the shoe. Don't forget to get the heel. If you use your polish to put the edges on the heel, take that off. This is why I use edging, by the way, because it does stain a little bit better than the polish does. That's not as nice as I would like it, but that's okay. I'm out of edging right now, and we'll get some off of in the store and make that look nice. So as we've been talking here, I've pretty much gone all the way around the shoe. I'm pretty much done with this part of the process at this point, right? So why pay someone $20 to do this when it really is as easy as I'm showing you? Now that we've actually done that, we can take the same cotton cloth or a different one. You'll eventually go through these cotton cloths. Like I said, use an old t-shirt. Don't throw stuff away, reuse it. If you're green or what have you, then this is a great application of reuse, recycle, what have you. And use the cotton cloth to then wipe it further and give it a little bit more shine. It's hard to get in the nook and crannies, but that's why you use the brush here. And I'm gonna go back to the brush just for a second here, because I don't think I got everything off the toe like I should, or I got it baked on just a little bit too hard probably from the amount I used, but that's okay. You can always use a little bit more brushing and that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm now wiping off the shoe. You can see here, if camera wife zooms in here, you can see that this is already starting to look really good. Also, put your hand inside the shoe and push gently to reveal the wrinkles. These will start to get creases over time. All shoes will, no matter how good they are. So you want to open up those wrinkles and go ahead and pull those taut so you can get the polish out. Now that I've wiped this off with this cloth, if you want an even better sheen, we talked about a couple of videos ago, pantyhose. You don't want to use these first because they'll gunk up really fast from the polish, but you use it at the third stage of the polishing to really give it that nice sheen on top of it. Now you can see the toe is really starting to shine now. And we've taken off the polish with the brush, the worst of it, and then we did a second round with the cotton rag. And I'm not doing any fancy snapping of the rags. That's pretty cool, but that's more flair than anything. You see I'm just gently rubbing it as I'm talking to you. And that's pretty much it. We now have a beautiful shoe. This is a very old shoe. This is probably, oh geez. I mean, I've probably had this particular pair for 3 or 4 years, and I'm gonna get rid of it soon. But you can see I'm not getting rid of it because of the leather. The leather looks pretty darn good. And I'm getting rid of it because the sole's getting thin, and it would be more expensive to resole it, sadly, than to get a new shoe. So that's it. We won't do its mate today. It's lather, rinse, repeat, literally, so to speak, with what we just did. But that's it. You have a beautifully shined shoe. It has cost you nothing other than a couple minutes of your time while you're watching TV. Thanks, Internet. We'll catch you later.